Afghanistan, baloney.
That shows you how naive you are to think that the Soviets are going to give us an arms control.
I don't know whether they are or not.
The world of high school soccer is not far removed from that of World Cup play. Witness the artistry and the heart and soul of soccer as revealed by the 1988 Wootton varsity soccer team. During this typical season of heartbreak and ecstasy, all the essential elements were present. The scene, Wootton Stadium, the perfect setting. The pre-game preparation, the officials, the captain, the tension, the dedication. The intensity is felt by all. Each player, the coach too, prepares for the match ahead. Duties and positions are assigned. The plan that will spell success. The next necessary ingredient, the fans. Crowding the stands, the faithful have their favorite stars. Names like Ratty and Triandafilou are chanted like Pelé. Some fanatical Brazilian fans. The match is ready to begin. All the elements add up to perfect soccer. First, the keeper, who not only stops, but must distribute. And stops. And distributes. And stops. And distributes. Strength and tracking ability are crucial as he stops and distributes the ball. The air game, another dimension of the sport. Positioning, timing, leaping ability are all crucial. Heading is truly an art. The next dimension, the passing game, a Wootton trademark. They were fleeter of foot than most. With blinding quickness, they moved the ball from end to end. And side to side. Footwork, agility. Next, the crucial point, the shot. The studied approach to the ball. The recoil. And bad luck. Another shot, unlucky. The crushing header, unlucky again. The set play, precise timing and execution is crucial. Unlucky again. But this persistence and teamwork are what makes soccer an art and not merely a game. The tactics, the interplay, and the game within. First, the back pass. The crossing pass. And the through ball. And goal! Followed by the traditional team celebration. Defensive teamwork, so important. Clear, crisp tackling. And aggressiveness without padding. The fine line when only a momentary lapse can spell G-O-L-E. And the tables are turned. The breakaway, the most exciting play of soccer. The triumph of will, and then the come-from-behind victory. The ecstasy, the practice, the sweat are all rewarded. Followed by the post-game sportsmanship and camaraderie. The season ends with accolades from world leaders. As the older players retire, names like Adu, Altamar, Buckland, Burbage, Flynn, El Gato, the Wall of Granite, Horst, Montgomery, Otto, Polis, Ratty, and Thomas, to be replaced by the younger new superstars. This is Wooten Soccer.
King Hussein praised the Paris Initiative. I think that it's very difficult for this to lead to a negotiation. Let's give it a chance.
What did you think of that phony number on the International Peace Conference that Perez said he would go for? But the only hooker in there is, but wait a minute, the only members that can attend are those who support the legitimacy of Israel, and that, of course, excludes the Soviet Union, and it excludes the PRC.
What do you want? Look, you want Israel to sign up for a suicide pact in the beginning. If people will accept Israel's right to exist, then the Israelis should negotiate with it. Otherwise not.
These arguments have the ring of familiarity.
Boy,
over and over again.
Run a rerun on that.
Let me make one point on this. The fact is that Perez and Hussein, when you're dealing with these people, you're dealing with the most reasonable groups, the least extreme groups on both sides. The fact is that on both sides, the Arabs and the Israelis, the extremists on both sides don't want this thing to go forward, and it can't succeed without them.
Can I insert
do.
something that we didn't talk about last week, since we could have run that whole dialogue from last week verbatim? What has happened since then is that the arms deal that was made between the United States government and the Jordanian government has been canned by a majority of the Senate because of pressure from the Israeli lobby, which is very strong on the Hill and controls things on Capitol Hill. Now, what has happened is that the Senate says when Jordan meets the Israeli ultimatum, when it sits down at the negotiating table under conditions demanded by Israel, then we will let you have your arms. What you didn't mention, John, and what you didn't mention, David, or Jack, in saying that King Hussein had gone for this deal is that he called it blackmail in the small type. And in fact, the United States Senate is blackmailing Hussein.
David?
I think the administration botched it by sending the arms control or the arms deal up there and then having to withdraw it. It puts a lot of pressure on Hussein, unfortunately. Hussein is very much the man caught in the middle. It's hard to see how this goes anywhere because the Israelis won't go to the table. Hussein can't bring the PLO to the table to talk to the Israelis, and he can't get to the table without the PLO. So it's an extremely difficult situation for Hussein. That's why it's not going to go anywhere.
Let's get out. Exit question. Will Perez and Hussein begin their peace negotiations? David?
No.
Bob?
I think not.
Jack?
No.
Mort?
I think probably not, but maybe.
5 no's. Issue 3, Senate races East. Next year, 6 U.S. Senate races in the East will be contested. Of the 6, 4 are held by Republicans, 2 by Democrats. We'll start with the 4 seats now held by the Republicans, divide them into safe and unsafe. A safe seat is one in which the incumbent will be reelected by the unanimous opinion of the panelists. An unsafe seat is one that the opposing party may win. 1 Republican seat is safe, New Hampshire, held by Senator Warren Rudman. You wish to say something?
He may not run. His wife doesn't want him to run, and if so, Governor John Sununu will run and will win.
And the seat will therefore be held by a Republican.
Has Graham Rudman changed that? Has that changed that too?
Nobody knows.
3 Republican seats are unsafe. First unsafe Republican seat, East Maryland. Charles Mathias, who is retiring. Will Maryland stay Republican or go Democratic? David Gergen.
Democratic.
Novak.
That's now a safe Democratic seat.
Jamond.
A lead pipe cinch for the Democrats.
Kondracki.
I agree.
McLaughlin says go. 5 goes. A Democrat will win Maryland. Second unsafe Republican seat, East New York. Alphonse D'Amato. Will New York stay Republican or go Democratic? Use the word stay or go, please.
Stay.
Stay, says Gergen. What about you, Novak?
Stay.
Jamond.
Stay, but close.
Kondracki.
All the Democratic candidates, I think, are weaker than D'Amato, provided D'Amato does not get caught up in the 1% chiseling scandal in...
Is that a stay or a go?
That's a hard-hitting
That's a
answer.
stay.
Even your friend Geraldine?
Yep.
McLaughlin says stay. 5 stays. D'Amato stays. Third unsafe Republican seat, East Pennsylvania. All Specter. Will Pennsylvania stay Republican or go Democratic? David Gergen.
Stay, and I don't think Thornburg's going to run.
Novak.
Thornburg hasn't decided. He's meeting this weekend, in fact, to decide whether he's going to go or not. I think it's going to be a very hard seat for the Republicans to retain, but I'll call it stay
Do you
for
think
now.
that Drew Lewis's declension of going for governor is affecting the judgment on whether he goes or not? In the
That's
case
what a lot of
Thornburg?
people are saying who want Specter to win and don't want Thornburg to run. I don't believe it.
Jack
Yeah,
Jamond.
the Drew Lewis thing has nothing to do with it. The fact is, I don't even know why we're talking about the seat. It is not a mortal lock, as the horse players say, but Arlen Specter is very strong.
What about Don Bailey? If Don Bailey runs against Specter?
It doesn't make a difference who runs against Specter. Specter gets a lot of Democratic
just
votes.
to add one thing in there, that Bailey, who is probably going to win the Democratic nomination, might get some new right support against Specter.
From
It could be
whom?
touchy.
Paul Wyrick?
Possibly.
Paul Wyrick. Or what about you, Martin? What do you say?
Close, but Republican stay.
Okay, that's 5 stays for Pennsylvania. Specter or another Republican will win in Pennsylvania. Now let's talk about the Democratic seats. Of the 2 Democrats that are up, 1 Democratic senator is safe. Christopher Dodd of Connecticut. The remaining Democratic seat in the East is unsafe. Vermont, held by Patrick Leahy. Will Vermont stay Democratic or go Republican? Gergen.
I think it may well go Republican and be decided by less than 5,000 votes.
Who's going to run against him?
Mr. Snelling's running against
Governor
him.
Snelling. All right, what do you say, Novak?
Senator Leahy is the most unhappy man in Washington right now because he thought he had a safe seat. President Reagan talked Snelling into running. Leahy's about 2 points ahead in the polls, ahead of Snelling.
5 points.
But I think Snelling's going to win.
Jack
A very close thing, essentially even. The one thing Leahy has going for him, aside from his own performance in office, is the fact that there's a real pressure in Vermont to keep incumbents if they've done well. I think Leahy will survive.
Incumbents survive in Vermont. Very discerning, Jack. What do you say, Martin?
Leahy won only very narrowly last time against a virtual unknown, but in this
He
case...
wasn't a virtual unknown.
Oh,
Quickly,
but it wasn't.
quickly.
He was not well known. In any event, I think Leahy probably can hang on.
All right, so we have 2 say that Snelling will defeat Leahy, and 2 say that Leahy will defeat Snelling. Therefore,
And he's stuck with it. Now you can see why the meek succeed. Mighty, emotionally stable, educable, and the K stands for the simple word kind. Through it all, kindness. Call it love. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth.